I'm sure that decision was made a little easier with the way that Mike Leake is pitching. That helps. How has he become so dominant all of a sudden? What has he changed?
Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that Mike Leake would be your NL starting ERA leader here, in the middle of May? I don't think what anybody, certainly Cardinal fans, expected. I think what we've seen from Mike Leake is a couple of things. I mean, number one, he's healthy this year. This is a guy who's fought through some health issues. Had a hard time maintaining his weight last year. Obviously went through the shingles issue late in the season, which really sapped him of some energy. He's also pitching a little bit differently. I mean, we're seeing him a little more willing to try to throw that high four-seam fastball, but this is a guy, of course, who's going to continue to be a sinker ball pitcher, try to induce early outs on the ground. He's just mixing up his stuff. He feels like he can use more pitches now than maybe ever before. And let's not forget, too, as bad as maybe his back of the baseball card numbers may have been last year, he was really hurt by a poor Cardinals defense. So I think what we're seeing now is a little more indicative of what the Cardinals expected Mike Leake to be. Now, will he finish the year with a sub-2 ERA? Probably not, but for a rotation that certainly is looking for some guys to step up, Mike Leake, to this point, has pitched like an ace.
What do you see as the biggest concern for this team to be able to maintain this or at least close to this for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think depth is still a little bit of an issue, especially on the starting rotation side. Now, they're fortunate that they do have some pitchers getting healthy in the minors, whether it's a Luke Weaver, a Marco Gonzalez, who's coming back from Tommy John surgery. But they've got to hope, for the most part, that these five stay very healthy, because I think that's going to continue to be the foundation for success. And then offensively, I still think there's some question marks. You haven't seen, Aledmys Diaz, for instance, or Randall Grichuk really get on a tear this year. What can some of these young players do? Can they be consistent over 6 months? Some of them have still left some unanswered questions. So I think that, the fun thing is, for a team that started out 3-9 and a fan base that was worried the sky was falling, here all of a sudden they're in first place with the Cubs coming to town. So the last kind of 2-3 weeks has really shown that if the Cardinals can play good, clean baseball, they have what it takes to be a very competitive team. I'm just not sure that margin for error for them is very great, and we're going to see how that plays out moving forward.